Good evening, gentle listener, and welcome to Distractible. This week, the gents throw open the Pandora's box of Mother Nature. Wade hosts and derides Mark's thumbnails, but admires the tardigrades. Bob likes a good ass-kissing, but brings up body-snatching bugs to drive dead mantises. Mark speaks of the unsavory in his online activities, but refutes the power of Blitzen and his bros. From translucent head to shaved bears. Yes, it's time for Weird. Now sit back and prepare to be distracted and enjoy the show.
Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of Distractible. I'm today's host, Wade. Why? Because I won. I am very, very rage-filled or something.
You're the angriest man.
I am, and if you ever cut me off again, I'll break all your fingers and feed them to my dogs. I'm just kidding. Hi, Mark and Bob, my other hosts. How are you two doing, friends?
Hello, wife.
Good. Is this where I talk now? I don't want to interrupt you.
Yeah, by all means.
Oh, okay. Good. Yeah, very good. Yes, thank you.
Yeah, I'm good too. I'm doing real good.
That's great. Me too. I'm tired though. Moving, as it turns out, is not fun, but we're getting there. If you guys have never been here before, there's a show where one of the three of us hosts, the other two compete for points. Whoever has the most at the end wins. They host the next episode. We talk about whatever we want. That's pretty much the gist of it.
That's what he meant when he said he was the winner.
Of last episode. I assume you guys have been watching.
Do you think there's anybody that's been watching all this time and still doesn't understand how the game works? Like they're just confused every single
They've
week.
got like the board in the background. They're like got like drawings and like they're like, how does it work?
First, Mark was hosting this one, and then Wade was hosting this one, and then Bob never hosts any of them. What's going on?
Look, new people could listen and watch, okay? They might have never seen an episode before. What if this is your first episode of Distractible?
I bet there's someone out there that's still confused. They're just confused as hell.
I want that to be the case. I want someone to try to figure out how our brains work in assigning points. They've got like a Mark wall, a Bob wall, and a Wade wall. And it's like, how do they assign points? Well, Wade seems to like it whenever the guys do this, but he takes Wade points.
Oh no, those people get it, but too much. They're thinking too deeply. I'm talking about the people that listen.
You're talking about like on the simplest of terms. They don't understand why a different person hosts each one.
Zero neuron activation occurring during the episode. They just left and go, crash their car, and then post on Reddit about it. And they don't think further.
What if one of them is really rich and they buy a new car for every episode of Distractible?
Oh, I'm sure they're out there.
I would like to let that listener know that I do have a PayPal, and you can, you can support the show / me.
Look at this guy still using PayPal. Can't believe it.
I know. What is it, 2009? Don't worry, I'll call you on Skype.
Add me on MySpace. So far, I've got Tom.
And then I'll send you a message on the Samsung SMS app on my Android phone.
Wow.
The bot Smarter Child on Instant Messenger. I think it was the name.
The what?
Yeah, wait,
on
what?
AOL Instant Messenger, there was like a bot you could talk to, like an AI back in the day. It was called like Smarter Child or something like that.
Aimbots. Well, that's a different thing. Did you ever talk to, it's like pre-AI, Mark. Did you ever talk to bots on a Instant Messenger?
I barely used Instant Messenger.
You could talk to AI that you could like flirt with and it'd be like, I don't know how to respond to this. You're like, yeah, you don't.
Yeah, just like real life.
You don't.
No, I have no idea what you're talking about.
I saw a new funny AI thing. I think we should talk about AI a lot. We've been doing that lately. And I saw a thing this week that made me chuckle. A lawyer apparently used AI to draft like a motion or a brief for court, basically draft a document they submitted to court. I get that. I don't actually think that's a terrible idea, but apparently the AI, I think it was ChatGPT, but it's some text generative AI. Apparently it just made up court cases. And, and literally the AI was like, oh, well, in Johnson versus Wyoming, the court found that you can murder your niece if she steals your Game Boy. And so that's a great, apparently it literally made up cases and was also like, and I don't know if the person asked or if someone else did this as like a test, but some other lawyer did that. And then when pressed, the lawyer was like, wait, is that a real case? I don't know that case. The AI was like, oh yeah. You can find this case in many reputable legal journals. And also it's published by the court You could totally find it. It's totally out there.
Dude.
Don't worry about it. If you think lawyers are smart people, let me just tell you, I could have been a lawyer. So there's a warning for you right there. But also, lawyers don't understand how AI works and didn't think to check and make sure that the cases their AI cited were real before they submitted it to a real court.
I just imagine the other side's like frantically while this is being presented, they're like searching, they're like, Johnson v. Wyoming? I think your niece is okay?
I mean, even the judge's probably going to be like, well, I never heard of them, but it must be law, clang.
Oh my God. That would be the best. The lower court, the judge is like, wow, what an interesting precedent. Well, continue. It gets all the way to an appeal, and the appeals court judge is like, what the fuck is happening now? What are you guys doing?
Going over there?
Oh, you saw this. What is happening?
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's the thing that people are starting to realize with AI, where it currently is. It's very convincing. It's extremely convincing in the same way that that good friend of yours that's excellent at bullshitting is very convincing. But it goes about that far. Sometimes it's going to be right. And it's very confident in saying things. But as people are vastly replacing, I have this stock photo site that I subscribe to. And it's just like, it's indicative of the landscape right now of how tech companies are just in the same way that crypto bros were just all about crypto and the blockchain and everything about that. Every single company is trying to inject AI into every shareholder meeting, every board meeting, every presentation talking about it. And I went to this stock photo site. It was like, try our new AI powered search feature. And I'm like, I searched for something. I'm like, wow, it searched the same way it did before. Try our new image generation. We're putting our entire business model out of business. Try and make up your own stock photos. And I was looking at it, I was just like, man, this is just as bad as all the other ones.
You know, I heard YouTube's going to be rolling out an AI-powered video player window, actually.
Wow.
It'll skip right to the part of the video that it knows you want to see.
Wow.
Using the power of AI.
According to Mickelson v. YouTube, they're allowed to.
Wow.
The landmark case. Everyone knows Nicholson v. YouTube.
We don't need to repeat it here. We never need to repeat the actual,
Just trust us. It's real. This is a factual, fact-based podcast at all times.
No, Mark, I love your analogy. AI is as correct and also as confident as that kid in high school who thinks that they know everything and absolutely just talks out their ass every time a teacher confronts them.
Especially the one that knows a lot about sex and how to do the sex.
You got to go up there and get that cherry, man.
Oh, God. You made me remember that. Oh, God.
Gotta reach up there and pop that little cherry. Squirt the juice out.
Oh, God.
Oh, you don't want to pop it. You want to pluck it and save it for later.
Oh, that's right. You know, pluck it and put it in a safe place.
Put it on top of your frozen beverage later.
I hate this whole entirety.
Yeah, anyway, don't rely on AI to know anything. It will lie to you.
There's another screenshot of someone who was having a conversation with, I think it was like the Bing chatbot. And it said some information and the person said like, I don't think anything you said is true. And also I can't verify anything. And the Bing bot went back and was like, look, just because you don't know like it's true isn't my fault. Also, I don't like your attitude. I'm ending this conversation. Literally the Bing bot hung up.
What the
So
hell?
it is exactly like that kid. As soon as you challenge it, like, you don't know. I know. Shut up. I'm leaving. Click.
So bots can't quite replicate normal humans, but they can replicate the lower level douchebags.
Oh, they're replicating normal humans, all right.
I mean, that's a pretty human experience. I would believe that.
They've gotten to nuh-uh state. Nuh-uh.
Bro, trust me.
Dude, my dad works at Nintendo.
And when I had like my one day of sex ed class in elementary school, there was one kid, you know how like we were sitting there uncomfortable and we're all like, this is awkward, please let it in. We had that one kid that like knew more than the rest of us, but also had all of the questions. And so he just kept raising his hand and like keeping it going. And we're like, oh God. And I can't remember any of the questions now. It's been so many years, but I do remember just the super discomfort. Like in all honesty, it's probably a good thing he had questions and had knowledge. But I remember at the time just being like, I want nothing more than this to have ended like an hour ago. Please let it stop. And he was just like going into detail about like female anatomy or something. It's like, I don't think I'm supposed to know this stuff, even though that's what's being taught today.
I think that was just you, man. I was perfectly comfortable asking those questions. You don't need to call me out like this. Well, you gotta be an asshole. Just because you don't know about the cherry that's buried way up in there doesn't mean that the rest of the class doesn't need to know.
Well, to be fair, growing up, I always thought it was grapes, so I was glad to learn it was cherries.
That kid, every 30 seconds. Yeah. Do I reach like my whole hand to get the cherry, or is it like? Because I feel like grabbing a cherry with just 2 fingers, or like trying to scoop it with one seems impractical, but my whole hand seems like really big. So I'm just curious about how exactly I grab the cherry.
I get why you don't use the ring finger, but where do you put the thumb?
See, these are the important questions. Aren't you glad that he asked so that now you know the answers?
The thumb's for the external pee hole I thought existed all those years ago.
The thumbs for the pee. How is the thumb for the pee hole?
Well, maybe you should have paid attention in class, Mark.
Answer the question I'm asking.
Well, it's more of like a whoop. You know?
No, I don't.
Good. No more questions.
Well, listen, you were just complaining about the kid in class making you uncomfortable, and now here you are making us uncomfortable.
And now it's been me the whole time.
I think you are projecting. I think that was you. I don't think you know the first thing about sex. Proof that you know right now.
Sweetheart, we have another demonstration. I was going to save this for my 4 o'clock, but I guess we can do a demonstration now.
You have meetings by the hour? That's very boring.
Well, interesting topic, Bob. Mark, do you have anything interesting?
I contributed to that one. Therefore, I take ownership of it. All me, baby.
All right, Mark, good topic. Bob, do you have anything interesting to talk about?
No, I'm boring. I just keep a spear propped up in the corner behind me to generate falsely intriguing conversations, but honestly, the spear is more interesting than I am.
I get paranoid about that thing falling over and chopping my head off as I'm walking in the room.
Well, doesn't it have like a sheath on it or something?
It does, but also the sheath says, do not grab this sheath ever, because it's so sharp it might cut through. And I'm
that seems like a very ineffective sheath. You might as well just have a wax paper envelope that you put over the blade. It's like, all right, it's safe now.
Just like a fast food paper bag you put on the over the top of it.
If I can't see that it's sharp, it can't cut me.
Sharpness is based on movement. Well, actually...
That's impressively, you're not entirely wrong somehow on that, and I can't even explain why, but I'm with you.
Well, that was all determined in Swanson v. Pensacola, the 1987 case that swept the nation.
Swanson v. the city of Pensacola, Florida.
Yeah.
I love how people that are just joining the podcast today, they're going to get lawyer jokes, law jokes, immature sex jokes, and that's it.
That's a pretty good demonstration of our podcast, honestly. Well, we got other stuff to talk about today, and it's about to get weird in here.
Weirder? Or...
Honestly, would have made more sense if it hadn't already gotten weird, but probably equally, maybe a little bit more weird. I guess it depends what y'all can think up. But I was watching TV and I saw this weird thing, and it crossed my mind. Earth has a bunch of weird stuff in it, specifically like animals. But you guys, if you have anything else that you can think of, there's some weird looking animals, and it just makes you wonder how in the world they were developed. So today's topic is basically weird shit.
Oh God, I thought you were gonna say, is evolution real? How did this happen naturally? All these freak shows out here. We're gonna debate both sides of the argument here.
Well, according to Christianity versus
go on.
Yes, continue.
It's more so just about weird stuff. I was looking into some of the weird animals that exist. For example, have you guys ever heard of, I hope I say this right, a Macropina microstoma?
No, Wade, I haven't heard of that.
You know, I might have heard of that, but I'm having trouble placing it.
Do you think there's someone out there, I don't know why I'm so audience forward, but someone out there like, whoa, the March of Pensacola Moma! All right! Yeah, I was waiting for this day!
No matter what comes up, isn't there always one person who hears it and is like, oh, they're talking about my thing! Because everything has like someone who's into it.
Look at this dude. It's a fish, but it's got like a clear dome on top of its head, and you can see like, I don't know, it's weird fish brain balls or whatever the hell's going on in here.
That looks like I gotta say, that looks like an artist's rendition of what a fish might look like. Is this a picture of a fish?
That is
it's
a
on
picture
it's
of a
on the
fish.
Wikipedia. You know Wikipedia is always accurate.
No, I've seen this picture and this fish before. I think I've tried to make a thumbnail out of it and didn't quite work. Yeah, it's what do you mean? What? Why is that funny?
No, nothing. Go on.
What's wrong?
You silly bitch making thumbnails.
FNAF 7. This is what I looked like by the time I was done.
What are you trying to imply? What are you implying?
YouTube thumbnails, man.
What is wrong with my thumbnails? What the hell? What the hell? What did I walk into today?
I don't know.
I take great pride in my thumbnails and the quality that they exude. And just because this was probably for a Subnautica series, why are you bringing Five Nights of... Listen, you piece of shit. I'm here to confront you about what the hell you're trying to imply. You better explain yourself right quick, or else we're going to have a problem.
I don't know why you took it so personal. I just said thumbnails in general, my dude. But
no, that is not what you said. You said some FNAF thing as if the only thing I do is FNAF. Well, that's not true.
Well, that's what I think of.
When you think of my thumbnails, of my vast array of high quality thumbnails that I've made over the years.
You've never really done the circles, arrows, have you? Like even in a meme, have you ever done a thumbnail with those?
Oh God, yeah, I've done that. I've done all varieties of it, but usually in a mocking fashion.
That's what I mean, like in a mocking fashion. But there are a lot of them that are like dead serious, the circles, the question marks, and all that stuff. That's what I think of when I think of like a YouTube thumbnail, is that kind of stuff. But this fish, I do not think of a YouTube thumbnail for.
My thumbnails go so beyond what, it's so meta and beyond meta.
I'm gonna take a note. If I ever want to touch a nerve, Mark's thumbnails.
My thumbnails are incredible, and I am very good at making them, and I can meme with the best of them. I can reach deep into the analyses of human psychology and the nature of the universe with them, and I can make the simplest thing pop like you wouldn't even believe.
I've seen how you make thumbnails before, and you are so good and so quick with it.
Yeah, there we go. That's what I want to hear.
That you've had the same quality of thumbnail for a long time. You've had a really high quality thumbnail, but with all the AI stuff recently, I've seen people been like, have you seen Mark's thumbnail? This is clearly AI, and it's something from like 2018 or something, and it's like...
Oh, I saw that post.
Yeah.
It's like all the work and craft that I put into thumbnails, and then like you take one, and it's just like, oh, it's a shamble, and I'm just like, but... I put a lot of work into my thumbnail. Sometimes I don't.
Look how exaggerated this is. It's clearly AI. Meanwhile, you're using like the weird tool to zoom in and like move the teeth.
Yeah, I mean, liquefy my...
Yeah, and they're like, AI must have done this. Humans can't do this kind of editing.
I'm not saying that I have never done that, because there's definitely been times when I like Mid-Journey has popped out an image and I've just been like, ooh, that's interesting to use. But I always modify it. It is an extremely rare scenario that I would ever just take something that I found and pop it up without ever having any kind of further to it. But I get that AI imagery is a hot button topic at this point anyway. But also I use a lot of stock photos. And I feel like that's the more egregious thing, is that I just use the most basic bitch business suit ass with a tie and everything stock photos for my site. I love using a good old fashioned stock photo. I've edited out some iPhoto watermarks before. I've trimmed out some Dreamtime things.
The admissions of Markiplier. Maybe I should change the topic for the day.
I've done some unsavory things before with my thumbnails, and that I'll readily admit, but I will not be called out for shit that I haven't done. I won't be called out for it. I'll admit my crimes. I'll admit them from a court. How dare you?
So you're saying if you're ever arrested in connection to a crime, the cop just has to sit you down in a room and be like, I hear that you let other people make the thumbnails on your YouTube videos, and you'll just launch off. You'd be like, I robbed the bank and I killed the guard on the way out. It wasn't my cohorts, it was me. But I have never. I will not be judged on my thumbnails.
We found it. We found the button.
Markiplier's weakness, everybody.
I was expecting to get that out of the weird, but man, I'm glad we've gone from the weird to the sinister.
Maybe I'm desensitized by everything. Can I just say that aside from having a partially translucent head or whatever, this fish doesn't seem that weird to me. Like there are a lot of sea creatures that exist that are translucent where you can see their inner parts, and like that's the whole nature of like jellyfish, is you could gotta see through them, and you can see they don't have a lot of complicated organs in there the way that this guy seems to, whatever is going on.
Yeah, whatever the brain eyeballs are. Oh wait, I remember this one. Okay, I do remember this fish. Those are actually, its eyes have evolved to move further back and see up through the dome in the low light reaches that it is. And I think that's the evolutionary advantage of that. But I think it's very specific to the environment that it is. I can't remember why or where I read this. Probably Wikipedia, just like browsing.
This isn't about facts. This is about the weird. I look at that and I say, that's weird.
It just doesn't, I guess it just doesn't even look real to me. It looks like one of Mark's AI stock image.
No. Not mine.
For FNAF, you mean?
Nah, it was for Subnautica.
What about this one?
A tardigrade.
You think a tardigrade is weird?
That is weird. It's got little tentacly feet. This thing is like less than 1/10 of an inch. They're tiny.
Yeah, they're tiny.
They can survive extreme pressures, high and low. They can survive extreme temperatures, high and low. They can survive air deprivation, radiation, dehydration, and starvation. And they've even been exposed to outer space and survived. They're weird. They're crazy.
Some tardigrades can be fully dehydrated to the point where they're no longer technically alive, and then you just put some water on them and they're all, oh, I'm back.
I feel like we take that for granted. It's so weird.
It's cool.
I mean, I don't take it for granted. I just don't think it's weird. I think it's awesome. Tardigrades are cool as shit.
And have you ever seen a video of them? They're called water bears for a reason, because those are not tentacles. Those are claws. They literally have claws. They're like tiny little bears.
Oh, they're so weird. Like, imagine one of those like dog size. You see that walking around, your nightmare fuel, man.
Well, they're not dog sized.
It would look like a bear. Watch a video of them move. They are very much like little bears.
Bears don't have back wrinkles, do they?
Yeah, have you ever seen a shaved bear?
No,
That's
mine
true.
have always had fur. I've never seen.
Dude, get out. Get outside, man. What's wrong with you? This is just nature. You think this is the weird episode? This is just like the, ooh, cool, interesting animal episode. I want to see some weird.
Are there shaved bears in Cincinnati? Hang on, let me search the Cincinnati shaved bear.
Well, that's risky.
I don't know.
Yeah, wait a minute. Wait, what are you searching here? Hold on there.
We're going to find out. I've seen some things I don't want to see. What is this? Oh, I see one. Oh, it's weird.
How weird is it? Come on, let's.
All right, show it.
All we're discovering today is that Wade has a really low tolerance for weird things. Yeah, there you go. Oh, it's gone. There it is.
Yeah. That's pretty much what I thought it would look like.
That's what a lot of creatures look like without.
Then you guys, this is your thing, not mine. You guys get to share some weird. You tell me what's weird. If none of my stuff's weird enough for you, find me and show me the weird.
Does it have to be animals?
No. Animals is what inspired my thought process, but anything you think that's just like weird. I guess it doesn't have to be visual either. It just, in my mind, I saw something weird. I saw, was it the tardigrade? I don't know. I saw one of the animals on on TV and I was like, what the hell? That's so weird. Like a hammerhead shark to me is weird. We're used to seeing them, but like those things' eyes are way out here. What the hell? It's so weird. I just find it cool and weird.
I'm gonna show you the weirdest shit you've ever seen, right? Okay, so look at this shit, right? It doesn't make any sense to me. What could this have evolved from?
Ah, it's the plate of Theseus. You can remove one thing from the top, replace it. Is it still the same plate of food?
Why are we looking at calzones, Mark?
I know. See, that's the thing. You would think it was a calzone. I thought it was a calzone, or maybe like a taco, but it's a cannoli. So cannolis, they actually originate from Italy, right? Which is a mythical continent that was invented years and years ago by a group of people known as Romans, right? Okay. So when they were...
I just want to remove 1,000 points from you.
Isn't this weird? All right, wait, no, hang on. I got you.
Cannolis are weird. I mean, you're not wrong. There's some weird foods.
I got one. This one grosses me out a
please.
little bit. This is not as unknown as it maybe used to be, thanks in large part to The Last of Us.
Mm-hmm.
But these are praying mantises. It's a praying mantis, and you can see the little worm thing coming out of its butt, right?
Mm-hmm.
This is a zombie parasite where the praying mantis gets infested with this worm thing, which is like a very worm with a lot of different offshoots and whatnot. The mantis is dead, but the worm like makes its body continue to function. But if you take these mantises that have this worm and you hold them underwater, the worm starts to like drown and it evacuates itself. And so that's what these pictures are of. If you hold it underwater and then the worm is all bleh and like zips out the ass of the mantis, right?
So that's not cordyceps. This is a different kind of virus or fungus or something.
Yeah, that's weird.
This is like the cordyceps fungus in that it does a similar type of thing. But I think that's weird. That's pretty crazy.
That is weird. That qualifies as weird. It's almost as weird as a cannoli.
I didn't know the mantis was weird, or dead. I didn't know the mantis was weird.
I didn't know that mantis was weird.
This is so this is a praying mantis that are infected with parasitic fungus, and the fungus alters the mantis's behavior, causing it to mate with other mantis of the same species when they are not of the opposite sex.
Weird.
The fungus also causes the mantis to become more aggressive and to attack other animals. Maybe it's not dead, but it is infected by this fungus, which manipulates how it behaves.
What's the fungus called?
It's a worm, not a fungus.
So this is a worm. It's a type of hair worm. I'm not seeing the actual name here.
If you find it, I'm just curious for
this. So it's called a zombie praying mantis. Is like the species of mantis that this happens to. Oh, you know what? I might be lying. Look, I'm not an expert on any of this. Okay, it's just weird.
I got a weird thing. It's just something that I don't know. It just blows my mind every time I see it. So this is what is called flying reindeer, right? And it doesn't make any sense because I've never seen a reindeer that flies. Isn't that weird, Wade?
Yeah,
God, that's
really
so
weird,
strange. Wait, it just doesn't make any sense. Apparently these are 8 or 12 reindeer that fly all around the world, but in one day, it just doesn't make any sense. So it's just super weird, right?
This is like when you give a kid the math equation of Sarah has 10 apples. Now she has 5 oranges too. How many fruits does she have? And your answer is too many for her to carry home without a basket.
No, man, it's so weird. How is it so weird?
A flying reindeer. That's almost as weird as a plate of cannolis. That's pretty weird.
Almost as weird as a cute tardigrade. Almost as weird as an adorable water bear. One of the most fascinating, cool creatures.
They're weird. They could survive in outer space. They survive high and low temperatures. The things they could survive is weird. It's cool, but weird.
They're fascinating, and we might be able to learn valuable scientific insights from them.
Just like you might be able to learn valuable scientific insights from these flying reindeer. Think of how much fuel we could save.
Well, how much does a reindeer eat? And they poop and fart a lot, so that can't be good for greenhouse gas emissions.
That can't be good. Yeah, they are spreading it around pretty good.
Where'd you get this image, Mark? Is this one of your thumbnails?
I don't know. I think it's from a trail cam. In the sky. I think it's from the sky trail cam.
Okay. Yeah, I'm sure it is.
All right. So that's mine. How many
Bob,
points
you got anything else that's weird?
You know what? I do have one.
I've never heard of those worms, though. That's wild. I'd never heard of those worms before. Because even whenever Last of Us was taking the world by storm and everyone learned the term cordyceps, before the show, I'm talking about the game, and with the show, it all came back again. Those worms are something I'd never encountered before, so that's wild.
Yeah, no, I did. The zombie parasite, zombie fungus type thing in the insect world is pretty interesting. All right, I have one. I'm going to play a little snippet of video.
Okay, the bar is set very low right now after Mark's great contribution, so.
I just want to share this. I think this is weird, okay? Can I just say that? I think this is weird. Anyway, yeah, look. That's all you need to know right there. That's the entire thing. There is competitive pizza spinning and tossing. And I have no hate for anyone who's really into pizza. It's you have a pizza shop, it's your livelihood, it's your life. You spend a lot of time and effort on that, but that's weird. Why is it competitive? And also, how do you tell if it's good or not? Because I will say the end result of these guys is not usually pizza. And if I'm judging a pizza tossing competition, and you don't actually end up making a pizza, you just end up with a bunch of dough balled up in your hand or whatever, and it's totally trash. I feel like that's really bad pizza tossing. Maybe I'm not the right person to judge this, but anyway, I think it's weird that exists. What do you think, Wade? Is that weird enough?
Yeah, and if it's called pizza tossing and not dough spinning or something, then it is a lie. Because after all the spinning, tossing, whatever they do to it, you would have to see if the pizza turns out good, right?
Yeah. If you can't eat the pizza, how do you know if it's good at all? It's not even pizza. It might as well be a fake sheet of dough that's just like rubber that you could just toss around and infinitely and not hurt and whatever. It seems, I don't know. It seems cheating to me. I don't know.
I also think the food eating competitions are kind of weird. How many 50 hot dogs can you eat? That's
Don't you speak an ill word about Joey Chestnut, I swear to God.
I have to back up Bob on this one. Don't you dare disgrace the name of Joey Chestnut.
Yeah, tell me about Joey Chestnut, Mark. Can you tell me about him?
Yeah, I know Joey Chestnut. He's the world hot dog eating champion. He once ate 72 hot dogs in 15 minutes. Do you understand the kind of mental fortitude it takes to eat 72 hot dogs in 15 minutes? You thought I didn't know about Joey Chestnut, didn't you?
Honestly, I kind of did. Unless you just Googled it.
I thought he had you too. I gotta be super honest, but then Mark comes in hot with the chat GPT
I feel like he Googled it as he said that. He was like, don't you talk about sure, Google Joey Chestnut to me.
Excuse me. If you even had an inkling of actually watching my content, you would know that I talk about Joey Chestnut at length, and we have made numerous videos in honor of Joey Chestnut and his championship legacy through the years.
That is actually, yeah, that's true. I remember that now.
I don't watch enough of your content to know that.
I like Mark, so I watch his videos sometimes, from time to time.
All right, but wait, I'm about to blow your gob right off of your dick.
I've got my bar set, so yeah, man, can you cross it?
Right.
Let's find out.
So I did a lot of research into this one.
Sure you did.
And it's just like, look, you're gonna shit your own balls out of your ass when you see how weird these aliens
Oh my god, not again!
Here we go. Just buckle up. Don't tell me I didn't warn you.
How can you just casually drop that line?
Boom! All right, we got the 72 weirdest animals on Earth. All right.
Did you just Google weird animals and click the link?
What? What do you expect me to do?
Mark, did you build this website using the power of AI? Probably, I guess.
Look, you got the eye. Look at that. With its weird, what are these, tentacles? Fucking
two eyes, hence its name.
Oh,
Eye.
God, avert your eyes, children. We got the axolotl, which is also known as the Mexican walking fish.
You know, I was Googling some of these animals and this same link popped up. But go ahead.
And look at this guy. This is red face. He's drinking a bit much.
He just needs some sunscreen.
Yeah. Oh, man. Is that a pig? Oh, that's not right. It's whoa!
Hey, that's the Wikipedia image I found.
You know this.
They use the same one here. But they call it the barrel eye fish there?
Yeah, it's the barrel eye fish.
Wade doesn't even know what it's called.
So, for those who aren't watching, I'll give an apt description of this fish. It is a fish that looks like a fish, except where its head is.
Whoa. If they're not watching, what the hell?
That's weird, right? That's weird.
That is weird. That's really weird.
So it's got a face. Number one, I think the weirder part is not so much this transparent dome. I think it's the fact that it has a face with two eyes like up front and a sad, dour expression and pursed lips. I think we glossed over that because of this going on up here. But in all honesty, if you just look at the fish from here on out, right at the front, that is weird.
It kind of looks like a concerned ant.
It's got a fish face. I feel like a lot of fish look like that.
That's not what a fish looks like.
That pouty, like,
That's a very human-esque expression and face on a fish. I think that's the
It's like if your aunt was a dolphin and she was like concerned about something you'd done and was sitting you down for a talk.
All right. Well, you better buckle up for the next one because your nipples are going to erode away like the glaciers when you see this thing. Look at that. It's a bat-eared fox. It's a fox creature with big... Look how big its weird ears are.
Mm-hmm. Big ears.
Get ready, because your brain's gonna liquefy and shoot out of your pores like scrambled eggs. Whoosh! Look at this thing. It's got a blue tongue.
We skipped right over.
Look at this. It's a skink with a blue tongue.
No, I gotta say, I've always thought that a skink, I knew that was an animal.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was a skunk mixed with a sink for some reason.
Oh, no.
And I'm really disappointed in what it actually looks like.
Like a black and white striped sink?
Yeah, like a furry sink that really smells bad.
And when you turn on the faucet, a blue tongue comes out instead of water and just like licks your hands. And then...
All right, get ready for the next one, but hold your breath, but be careful. Your lungs might...
Oh man, how many... Are we going through all 72 before Bob gets a turn again? I can't wait.
Your lungs might erupt like Vesuvius out of your nose. Here we go. Boom, it's a bobbit worm.
Whoa. I mean, that is kind of weird.
Whoa, that's crazy.
Up to 3 meters in length? That what it says, or millimeters?
Meters.
That's big, right?
That is big. It's a worm. It's got like an iridescent pearlescent pattern on it. It's got spikes all up and down and a weird flat, but...
Are those legs or are those like just furs?
I think it's legs, but I don't know.
Can worms have legs, or was that like make them not worms anymore?
I don't know.
Get ready for the next one. Your bones are gonna fragment like glass in a paint mixer. Shoo-pow! It's a capybara.
Wow, the capybaras.
Do you guys know that song? Capybara, 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 capybara. Ooh, capybara, capybara, capybara. No, the capybara song.
So there's one other word other than capybara, and it's ooh.
Oh my god, in this image you can see a red tongue skink down here in the bottom left. You see that? Man, that's weird. You got first a blue tongue and then a red tongue skink. I can't even survive this onslaught of weirdness. Hold on to your left foot.
Mark, when is it gonna be my turn, Mark?
Oh, I'm sorry.
I wanna go, come on.
No, alright, I'll skip ahead to the bottom. Hold on to your whoa, look at the Yeti crab.
I've got the Yeti crab on my list. Yeti crabs are weird as hell.
Dinos are alive!
Wow, what other ads do you have down there?
Alright, I know I've got this episode in the bag, but
done?
Yeah, Bob,
Are you done? Can I go finally?
Yeah, okay, alright, yeah, sure.
This is such a disaster.
Wade, are you ready for this? Are you ready, Wade, for what I've got going on?
Yeah, sure.
All right, so if we scroll to the next one here. Look at the colossal squid. Look at how big the colossal squid is right now. There's a picture of this squid up next to a boat. It looks like a pretty big fishing boat.
What is this website? Can we at least give them credit?
The squid is like the size of several humans. Imagine getting that calamari. You know how calamari rings are usually like, like an inch or a couple inches maybe at the biggest? That'd be like a calamari ring the size of a inflatable inner tube.
I know that Wade is giving you points by the bucket right now, but I have to stop the outflow because Bob just pulled up the same website that I had. He's trying to take credit for my weirdness.
Mark, did you show us the Kalugo, Mark, also known as the flying lemur? Because I didn't see you talking about the flying lemur.
How do I kick you off of presentationing? Because I want to showcase my website that I did research about.
You can't show the same website. We've both used it once. You have to use a new source. That's the deal. You got to find something new. That's the rules. That's always been the rules. Also, before I go, I just want to say, look at the Dementor wasp. They prey on cockroaches by injecting venom into their head, which turns them into a zombie, which then the cockroach just walks into the wasp nest to get eaten.
Oh.
That's actually, you know what? That references what I was talking about earlier with the mantises. So that's like combination points. That's like a triple word score or something right there, honestly.
Oh, you're right.
Well, I got one that's gonna blow your dick off and then grow you a new one.
Oh, it better not be a dragon-headed caterpillar from factanimal.com. God damn it.
All right, okay, I got a better one for you. All right. He didn't like that one. I don't know what was wrong with that one. All right, here we go. Got you. Ready? What? Look at this piece of shit.
30 of the weirdest animals. I wonder what you Googled to find this, man.
Don't look at that. Look at this goofy deer thing.
I feel like you two have some silent agreement just to make fucking fun of me for thinking that the bear tick thing was weird.
Tardigrades are awesome. I don't know what your problem with tardigrades is. I
know I'm being roasted for it, and I don't appreciate it, but also I've laughed really hard. So
look, Earth has some truly wacky creatures that will surely make your jaw drop. Is your jaw not dropping?
Mark, you know what? Hang on, I've got one as well. I've got a new one. I really want to show.
I'll stop presenting so you can present
hang on. This is important. I want to get this up here. All right. So if you look at the title of this page, it's misleading, and it's not the whole page that I want to share with you guys. It does say scary animals.
Oh God!
But that's not what we're talking about. If you scroll down here, I think you'll find. In fact, the ii is the world's weirdest nocturnal primate, And even though it's on the scary list, it's definitely weird. I feel like we can confirm that.
Wait, no, Bob, I've got something even weirder. Are you ready for this?
No, yeah, no, hit me with it.
Hold on. Let me just...
I'm the host. You're supposed to respect me.
What about this is not respecting you? We're playing your game. Don't you want to play a game?
Right. Okay, so if you look right here, you'll notice that this bathroom is exceptionally dirty. And I'm like, how did poop get on the wall? So what I do is I bust out my power washer and I just clean that off.
Are you playing this in the background while we're recording a podcast?
So you're saying the poop cleans off.
Are you shitting me?
Well. Oh, well. No. Even though it's a bathroom, and so you'd think like, oh, I might be shitting you. No, oddly enough, I'm in a bathroom not pooping. How weird is that?
Man, it really is getting surprisingly clean, given that you're just, power wash. Oh, look at that. Very interesting.
Yeah, I got the extension on there. Yeah.
So does that give you like better range, I guess?
Yeah. So I don't have to get up super close to it. So, that way I can kind of just stay in one spot and I don't have to be moving around. Makes it less motion sick, Man, motion sickness, that's weird.
That's true. That's a big problem. It is weird.
Bob, you have a follow-up?
All right, I have one more.
I swear, I wasn't playing that the whole time. I just fired it up.
This might be related to one that Mark shared already, but I want to just get this in here. It's hard to tell, but if you look closely at this, can you tell if this is a reindeer that's about to fly or a non-reindeer that's just about to jump?
Oh, man.
The background has been photoshopped out, and I know Mark talked about flying reindeer earlier, but I'm just saying, isn't it weird how indistinguishable this is from a reindeer?
I have no idea what to even think about that.
Yeah. Can I just blow your mind for a second?
Yeah, I would love that.
Chris is leaving. We've been talking about this all day. That's a reference to a TikToker whose name I can't remember. Sorry, buddy. Anyway, sorry, Wade. What did you want us to talk about?
I have another.
Oh, God,
if I may.
Yeah, go for it, dude. I can't wait to see what you got.
All right, so I did some more research, and I've got the top 10 scariest animatronics in Five Nights at Freddy's ranked, and I think it's probably the most accurate description of. They have 10. The marionette, which I find to be pretty low ranking here. I think that's very weird of them to rank the marionette or the puppet so lowly.
It's one of the weirder ones.
Yeah, and they have it below Springtrap, which honestly, like, the marionette is far scarier than Springtrap here.
Is this scariest or weirdest? What's it supposed to be?
I mean, synonymous, really, when you get into the deep of the FNAF lore. But then they have Ennard, which is like a combination of Springtrap and the marionette. So I get that being above both, but still, it's just like... And then they have the daycare attendant above both of these, and I'm like, this is the most ridiculous list ever. So that's... oh, you guys want to watch all FNAF's jump scares ranked by scares?
Is it your video?
All right, here we go.
Whose video is this?
I don't know.
This is like the please copyright us episode. Jesus Christ!
Oh, it's just jump scares back to back.
Why? Ow. Holy fuck, dude! This isn't even a ranking! It's just yelling! Stop this noise!
All right, fine. I'll let Bob go.
Now we're gonna get the I shit myself while I crashed my car watching Distractible.
Oh, God. Well, I don't know how I'm ever going to top that for weirdness.
I hope you don't. Man, I should just end this episode. You don't have anything else, right, y'all? You're done.
Hang on. Let me do a little bit of quick research.
I'm really glad you guys are taking this topic to heart. Wait, what do you got, man?
All right. No, here, look. Here, I've got... I'm just going to share this. I'm just going to share it and take it back real quick. I just want you to look at it and take it in, and then,
all right, I'm ready.
Then we'll discuss it. This is pretty weird. So we've got that going for us. And I'll describe it for viewers at home. It's a man who appears to be wearing a carved watermelon husk helmet and some goggles that look not unlike Minion goggles. But the opening on the helmet is sort of narrow, so it sort of gives his face a funny proportion. And he's tucking his chin, so he's got a double chin, and he's smiling, but his lips are closed. He's got a really big lower lip.
Am I on a better show? Am I on Punked?
He got a green blanket wrapped around his torso, so he's very green in color.
For those who weren't watching, the best part of that is Bob shared it for half a second and then shared it so just like this jump scare of a watermelon.
Look, I didn't want to overwhelm anybody with how weird it was. I just wanted to expose you to it so we could discuss.
Jesus Christ, those... oh my God. All right, I've got one weirder thing here to show to you guys. So I've always thought this was the weirdest thing that I could ever experience, and it's just one of those.
No, describe for the listeners, Mark, what's happening right now.
It's this experience where you're in an office,
so loud,
and then you get this phone call, right? And you don't know who's calling. And I'm like, what is this? And you've got this screen, and you've got like security cameras, and like it's a children's pizzeria, but it's not right, okay? So you've got like security cameras that show these what should be fun, like adorable animatronics for children, but something's wrong, right? Something's wrong. If you go to camera 4B, it says, don't run, don't yell, don't scream, don't poop on the floor, stay close to mom, don't touch Freddy, don't hit, leave before dark. What's up with that?
That's pretty weird.
Anyway, I thought that was pretty weird, so,
how would you thumbnail that?
Oh, man. What's a thumbnail?
I don't know. I don't think I could top that. I got to be completely honest with.
That's great, because I don't know if I can take any more of this episode.
I don't think there's anything that would be weirder than that. I couldn't imagine.
Yeah, I guess it's up to me to calculate points, and man.
Yeah, how many points did I get?
Yeah, how many points did I get?
Oh, guys, at least 5.
Each, or?
I'm figuring that out right now.
You don't look like you're figuring anything out. You look like you're just sitting there.
That's what figuring out looks like. I gotta say, Mark lost 1,000 points at one point. That's the only thing I wrote down. And Bob made me laugh when he stole Mark's Fact Animal website page. So I'm gonna give the win to Bob. It was a close one though. It was at least within 2,000 points.
But I made you laugh. You laughed, I remember.
You did, but you also crushed my soul in ways I didn't know was possible today. By making a complete mockery of my topic.
What do you mean? I did exactly what you said. I can't believe this. Oh.
You showed me someone's artwork of Santa's reindeer and talked about how weird they are.
I did more than that.
You did. You played Power Wash Simulator and FNAF. And you went back to Fact Animal's top 72 weirdest animals on Earth. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's a close one. Bob wins by probably about 1,500 points.
I protest this.
Yeah, exercise your rights, Mark. I believe in you.
What's my rights?
Someone make me a thumbnail of Mark protesting this with circles, arrows, and question marks.
I can't believe this. I
would say thank you guys for an interesting and thoughtful discussion of weird today, but I don't know that I could honestly even lie to get that out. So, Bob, winner speech?
Can I just say something? I know you might be disappointed in how it all went down.
I am and I'm not at the same time.
But I do feel like this episode, if we're going to look at this for the bigger picture, this episode is pretty weird. And so really, Mark, I think, got your episode to exactly where it needed to be. And I was playing off of Mark, but I think Mark was really the spearhead on that one. So he may have lost the competition, but I got to give props to the loser for really driving the bus today and really making sure that we didn't miss any stops.
I should have just made you both lose, is what I should have done.
You probably have that power, but it seems like it's too late now.
Yeah, too late.
Anyway, thanks for the win. I earned this.
Oh, I thought you were transferring the win to me. Sounded like heart and spirit of the episode.
Yo, I could do that.
All right.
but I don't know if I want to do that. Do you have a compelling reason that I should make you the winner, Mark?
I feel like you just gave all the compelling reasons. The heart and soul of the episode, really drove the weirdness home, and like that was the. I'm not stealing your reasons or anything. I just think you said really good reasons of why.
I'm not gonna lie, the weird cock tease of Watermelon Man is like the flash of the image we almost got to see is ingrained in my mind.
Well, you just need a little snippet of it.
It was hell of a tease, man.
You stole my arguments, which turned me off a little, Mark, but you also kissed my ass, which I enjoy very much. Okay, I'll do it. What are rules anyway? My winner speech is that Mark should be the winner, so I make Mark the winner. Post actively.
Yay!
I'm just here, man, so yeah, sure, why not?
Yes!
Mark, do you have a loser's transferring into winner's speech?
Yep, got it. All right, here we go. So what I want to do is show you some of the best methods of cleaning. So when you have the washer, so I don't have the best washer right now because I added one and I haven't played for a bit. It's really important to remember that patience is everything. I'm not a patient guy, but it's taught me patience, right? To just go with the flow, to have a water pun in there, and just let it wash over you, the experience of it. Yeah? Anyway, so as you can see, I'm about to complete, and so that'll be a really exciting time.
Thank you guys so much for joining today. This is Distractible podcast where we get distracted. Stay tuned for the next one where Bob will have transferred his winner's abilities to Mark, and I guess Mark will host. And follow them. Mark Plyer, Bob Meisker. I'm Wade Minion 777 or Lord Minion 777. We might have merch stored at distractiblepodcast.com. Until next time, podcast out.